Serena Stormbrook tasted her first sliver of dawn on 11 March 1999 inside a driftwood shack wedged between volcanic boulders on the black sand crescent of Pahoa, Hawaii. Outside, spindrift hissed against the lava shelf, while her mother, a traveling Afro reggae drummer who tucks pressed pika petals in her stick pouch, eased a heartbeat groove that made the skylights vibrate. Her father, a kitesurfer instructor who sketches cloud mantas on workout napkins, leaned close until their noses almost touched and promised his newborn that trade winds, rumor gusts, and cramped size charts would always shovel aside for anyone who filled her outline without apology. Curves coil richly through the Stormbrook family the way warm currents slip beneath cool Pacific tides, so nobody panicked when baby Serena shredded her second muslin wrap before the kettle sputtered. Nana Leilani slipped a fishhook needle through every torn seam, spliced in wedges cut from a retired kite sail, and laughed that extra cloth cost pocket coins while shrinking a child can cost her whole constellations of sunrise. Primary classrooms smelled of pencil powder, guava butter toast, and sea spray sneaking through louvered panels. Serena already stood half a head above her classmates, blocking the projector beam whenever she diagrammed food chains on the pull-down map. One humid recess, two boys hop-stepped around her, chanting cargo trawler each time her foam slippers slapped the hop grid. At twilight, she scoured the high-tide berm for soda caps polished satin by Serge, threaded them on fishing leader, stitched the chiming chain down her mint hoodie, and walked into class at dawn scattering rainbow freckles across the ceiling tiles. A visiting literacy aide filmed 7 shaky seconds on a prepaid flip phone, posted the shimmer to a newborn video nook, and by lunch 15,000 strangers applauded the girl who melted teasing into lighthouse sparkle. Serena penciled a vow in lilac ink beside her subtraction drills. Clouds crowd only until you flash them bright. Weekends belonged to Pohoiki Boat Ram, where her mother's snare rolls wrapped around sizzling local moco plates, surf wax squeaks, and dive tanks clinking. Storage jeans snagged halfway past Serena's thighs, so she traded busking coins for sun-bleached gill net, unraveled it into soft rope, crocheted high-rise culottes, misted Honu silhouettes with squid ink, and posed at tangerine sunset against rust-flecked bollards while her cousin snapped grainy frames. She uploaded every shot to a diary called Todd Lantern during the same week a scroll-hungry photo app drifted over patchy tower surface. Captions hopped between pigeon slang and plain English truths like curves, anchor cyclone gusts, steadier than seawalls. Before her 16th birthday, 53,000 unseen friends double-tapped each mango gold frame, proof that bright screens hush, cafeteria whispers faster than any hall monitor's hiss. Wave Energy Scholarship carried her east to Cal State Monterey Bay. Daylight disappeared inside Turbine Labs. Nights belonged to a 24-hour pupusa van glowing neon papaya under cypress silhouettes. The heat lamp became her only softbox. Between Cortito orders, she filmed 90-second reels, folding wax paper into plumeria barrettes while decoding dart rotation in half-surf hush, half-lecture pop. One upload layered sea otter chirped on a lo-fi shuffle while she chain-stitched reflective paracord into thrift denim. 2 dawns later, the counter glided past 1.2 million. Pacific trend pages dubbed her the Pupusa Couturière, yet every sponsor pitch stalled at size 16. Serena tucked each proposal into a folder called Shrinking Nets, wiped salsa roja from her cuff, and filled another plate. Winter Swells delivered an email from Columbia Sportswear asking her to co-design a storm shell capsule named Tidal Pulse. She replied with 3 lava rock conditions: patterns must grade to 60-inch hips, half the creative crew hired from community college fashion programs, and 10% of net profit pledged to reef restoration on Hawaii Island. Columbia signed before sunrise kissed the lab skylight. The shoot opened at dawn on a hidden bay where baby black tips traced shadows through jade water. Serena guided curvy paddle surfers across glass ripples while a drone carved silver 8s overhead. When the lookbook dropped, every extended size jacket vanished. In 41 hours across 27 nations, Tide Lantern vaulted beyond 700,000 hearts. Still scented with cinnamon plantains, she balanced her phone on a rinse bucket, ducked behind plantain crates, and live-streamed teary thanks beneath buzzing fluorescence. We just met, but if this tide already nudges your ribs, Smash that subscribe button right now. One gentle tap moors your berth so the next swell lands in your feed before algorithm drift pulls it elsewhere. Spotlight Shimmer Sudru Rumagals. A gossip blog claims Serena taped steel plates around her waist beneath those Columbia shells. At sunrise, she paddled a bamboo board past the kelp line, stood tall in sports bra and linen shorts, outlined every stretch mark with crushed bougainvillea dust, and cracked the snare solo that sent spinner dolphins leaping. 10 million viewers reposted the jam tagged bougainvillea proof, brushing pink specks across their own curves until gossip ebbed like slack tide. Fan wages, braided with capsule royalties and churned into Stormbrook butter, a whipped custard folding kukui nut butter, lilikoi oil, and mica sparks that gleam pearl under foam flash. 19,000 tins cooled on her father's tool bench, lids tied with braided kite line, each label stamped "Moisturize Your Horizon." Inventory drained in 82 minutes, lifting $198,000. 20% seeded beacon grants that plan industrial surgers in waterproof field recorders in plus-size teens maker labs from Hilo to Hanalei. 8 months later, 36 grant winners staged a floating fashion and well-sung cruise aboard a retro catamaran haloed in LED hibiscus, streaming live to sunrise shows from Nairobi to Nuremberg. Honolulu Fashion Week coined New Harbor lore when a backstage blower shredded her emerald mesh gown from hip to hem with 90 seconds on the clock. Serena tore neon dock rope from a fly tower, laced the slash like hiking hooks, and glided the catwalk as if the splice had slept in the sketch. Shutters snapped like popcorn. Vogue Pacific heralded the rope cadence revival, and another million lantern Voyager surfaced before ukulele chords warmed the after-party. Roma tried a second set when a fired handler leaked clip mail suggesting she demanded mahi sliders and chauffeured wave runners for her rescue booby bird, Lilikoi. She posted the full chain showing refillable water urns, lentil stew for crew, caption monitors for deaf stylists, then wired that month's affiliate stream $136,000 into biodegradable crab trap pilots along the Kona coast. Fans repeated her peer mantra receipts: shine brighter than rumor, grit, until slander choked quiet like sunken kelp. By midsummer, Analyx sparkled 6.9 million Instagram friends, 3.4 million real Voyagers, and 2 million steady channel subscribers, engagement brushing 10% and forcing brand planners back to blank slides. Cartier invited her to headline a Topaz Surge vignette inside Makapu'u's Century Lens. She agreed once Cartier funded therapy stipends for line fishers battered by rogue swells. The finished reel, her wrist scattering amber shards across iron ribs, became Cartier's top safe post for the quarter. Family keeps her kill true. Twice each month, she streams drumlines and driftwood. Mom drops funk fills beside a propane griddle, Dad recites cloud haiku, and Serena flips thrift denim under fairy bulbs. One broadcast tipped $9 million when Lilikoi waddled through powdered sugar and sneezed a glitter storm onto the mic. A seabird sanctuary now sponsors every stream, tagging rehabilitated boobies with solar beacons powered by Stormbrook butter. Butter revenue sailed past $12 million before its second equinox. She leased an idle macadamia roaster, carved skylights through corrugated tin, and hired furloughed deckhands plus design grads to whip custard and knot lids by hand during midday dance breaks set to percussion house loops. Efficiency gurus beg for heat shrink seals. She repeated her mother's wisdom. Fingertips guard legends long after robots forget and rope ties stayed. And weather candor threads every post. Lava Bluff portraits sit beside Pubusa Van Salfi's captioned, "Same sky, different weather." She shares breath loops recorded in volcanic sea caves, printable resilient sheets in English and Olelo, Hawaii, and sliding scale therapy links. 131,000 followers call her shoreline honesty their first calm harbor. Community rides shimmer under crushed shell paint. Hundreds cruise the coast path at dusk, wearing Stormbrook butter on collarbones and LED coral tassels on spokes. Ticket funds enlarge beacon grants and build wheelchair snorkel lifts at tide pool coves. Shave ice stands spin late because passion fruit cones jump 15% on ride nights. Serena pedals lead on a vintage cruiser with Lilikoi plush strap front, pausing to tie any rider's wandering lace. She is drafting a memoir titled Currents Keep Names for 11 Language Shells next spring, while a documentary crew tracks her blueprint to convert retired tide buoys into floating maker hubs for archipelago schools. Puma's Wide to Wave lantern sneaker splashes next quarter threaded in reflective rope and cushioned by algae foam, steering 10% of revenue into beacon seedlings across the Pacific chain. Second, reminder glides on a salt breeze. If your subscribe badge still blinks red, turn it a calm gray now. One fingertip reserves your railing so tomorrow's surge hits your notifications before algorithm alters the current. When playback, quiet to write the undertow into the description. Waiting there, fresh Stormbrook butter, rapid beacon grant links, tonight's drumlines and driftwood playlist, and a discreet compass. A research-built kit of conversation sparks and calm confidence rituals charting the straightest line to lasting love and the most dependable route to make any woman you meet feel authentic intrigue. Free, zero paywalls. If the soda cap spine rescue, rope cadence gown save, or little koi glitter sneeze raise a grin hit like splash your loudest ripple in the comments and share this voyage with a friend whose sail sags silent. Every curve redirects currents, every scar refracts moonlight, and the Pacific bows to souls who plant both feet on the pier and greet tomorrow eyes wide. Third and softest whisper settles across the mic. Subscribe, write this heartbeat, claim your rail, follow the love link in the description, and meet me on the next rising tide when another story glimmers beyond the breakers and courage calls your name again.